Hello, Born Review Nation. Gabe,
Nick,
and we are here today to bring you another song reaction, fresh off the presses. As soon as I looked at the title, I was like, oh yes, the king is back.
literally.
Again, being in Vegas is one of those things where I should be more familiar with Elvis stuff. I'm just not, you know what I mean? Although my older brother's a huge fan. Like I said, they did the drive-through, I think it's called Little White Chapel. I forget to keep looking it up. But you can pay for like the Elvis experience and stuff. And
I'm sure.
It's huge, right? For those people, for the uninitiated, it's a big thing here in Vegas. But I didn't realize, like, dude, the other day, you know how you listen to the Christmas music or whatever, I'm driving? All of a sudden, boom, here comes the Elvis song. I'm like, oh, that's an Elvis song.
I did everything.
Did not realize how prolific he was as an artist and how much music he put out. Again, way before our time. But I'm excited to listen to a new Elvis song.
Well, especially with this one, this is Can't Help Falling in Love. We talked about this one, but I won't remind you, so it'll be a little more fun for you to discover it. But it says live in Las Vegas. That's where we're at right now. 1970. It was before some of us were born. I'm just kidding. I'm
an 80s child, thank you.
Before we were born, but this is, 55 years ago? Isn't that crazy?
That is absolutely insane.
That's just how old we're getting, where that was 55 years ago.
There's certain places that are just like iconic places here in Vegas because it's changed a lot, right? So have you been downtown to the Golden Nugget, that restaurant that's in there? I think it's called or is it in Binion's Horseshoe? It's a really famous steakhouse, dude. And I want to go there simply because people like Elvis ate there. People like, the big time mobsters. Like, this is one of the oldest establishments. Golden Steer I've been to. Now, that's not inside of a casino. That's the one off Sahara. Even if you've not been in there, it's right there past the Stratosphere, or right before it or whatever. But that's been there for a long time. That's a Las Vegas icon, and people go there all the time. Getting reservations in there is insane, but it's nostalgic. You know what I mean? To say, oh, I've been to a place where Elvis ate, or where Frank Sinatra.
Well, it's like the Ocean's 11, like, you shook hands with Sinatra, and you should know better.
I love that line. You shook hands with Sinatra, you should know better. I love that line. Correct.
Yeah,
but
a lot of history in this town, a lot of nostalgia. And Elvis, I mean, who's bigger than Elvis? You're going to say a few names, but still, he's at the top of everyone. Like, yeah, Elvis was the king. So we're going to check this out. His first time listening to it, but I really don't think it's his first time listening to it. It's just the first time he thinks it's his first time listening to it, because this song is in a bunch of movies. If you like our reaction, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And we're going to check it out. He's going to let us know if he likes it or not. Most of these songs I show to him, if not all of them, I already love. So if there's anyone that actually is curious, which no one is, what's going on here? Go away. Here we go.
Wise men say only fools rush in. Oh, but I can't help falling in love with.
This is how nonchalant it is.
Now I remember the conversation. This is from Matthew Perry's movie Fools Falling Up. Did not realize this is how it goes.
Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it
cracking
goes.
me up.
Some things, are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too.
Okay, listen, first of all, I'm very comfortable with my sexuality to be able to say he's a handsome guy.
Oh,
I mean, you can see why women were fawning over him. This guy's got the outfit. I mean, I'm not sure how many guys, maybe the 70s was kind of a wild time, but how many guys were wearing the open chest outfits with the capes on? This guy, he's cracking me up because I can't tell if he's like, this is like his millionth show that year, and he's a little tired, and he's just like, let me just do the motions. I'm not sure that's how he usually was, if he's a little more flamboyant with it, but it seems like he's a little tired.
Right.
But he can still sing amazingly, and then when he really tries, you're like, holy cow. But imagine this. This guy, he died a few years later, sadly enough.
Really?
In the 70s, yeah. He died. And then the joke from Austin Powers is, Wait, no, that was someone else. I'm gonna say ham sandwich. It was someone else. But had a heart attack. But this guy, you're eating dinner. You're having dinner and a show, and your entertainment is Elvis Presley.
That
for
is
crying out
wild.
loud.
Because I was actually looking in there. I was like, wait, this doesn't look like a regular like arena. You know what I mean? Like this looks like a smaller, intimate.
What, the International they call it at the time. I'm not sure. I think it turned into the hotel, and then it turned into the H or something like that before it changed to the hotel. I think all of that used to be this place called the International at the time.
Oh wow, pretty cool.
But yeah, he had his own little venue stadium.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's so small. It reminds me of the Pearl Theater inside the Palms, where it's like very intimate seating. We went to go see. I think it was Cat Williams that we saw there, and dude, it was maybe 3,000 people, if that, in there. You know what I mean? So that's super cool.
All right, let's check it out, or let's continue with it.
For I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
I apologize, no Kate this time. Bring the curtains down now.
That is so cool.
Dude, the ultimate showman. So that was his last number of the night. No wonder he was so tired. I'd be the same way, sweating like crazy.
That is so cool. I did not know that Fools Rush In, and then I remember our conversation for the last time we did talk about Elvis. Like, oh wow, that's an Elvis song, and I know it from, again, Fools Rush In. Love it. Again, you don't realize how many things are remade or put into different art pieces you might like, whether it's a movie, whether it's a remake of a song. It's like, oh my God, so that's so and so, and you can just see why he's so popular and why his catalog, honestly, was so valuable. I mean, again, my older brother's bucket list is like he's got to go to Graceland. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing, bro. And it's there's still that.
So funny, your brother wants to go to Graceland,
dude. That's still a huge. But then again, he's 70, Tony's 76, 75, 76. So he grew up. And
born
probably
in
my parents,
1976.
yeah, born in 75 or 76. I can't remember. He's a few years older than I am. So even though Elvis probably, I don't know even know what year he passed, but he was still very
I want to say it was 72, 73.
So that was right after this. Because this is 70.
I mean, I am not the biggest Elvis historian, but he put on a lot of weight. And then
I remember that.
Died of a heart attack. I think it was a heart attack. I thought it was like in 73. 72, 73, which is just crazy. That was 2 years before that. And he was still in amazing shape right there.
Amazing shape, absolutely.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm way wrong. 77.
Okay, so
historians
77.
are yelling at me. I'm not sure where I got 72, 73 in my mind.
So Tone would have been born
so he was
already,
alive,
obviously.
Yeah.
And, but...
August 16th.
It's wild that, like you said, in 7 years, he went from that picturesque image to... what it ended up being at the end.
Just a little, I mean, he's probably my shape right now, but a little chunkier when he got older, which is crazy because, I mean, he had so many adoring fans. The thing that I was thinking when we were watching that is we are so lucky as a society and as a time period in time because we don't realize how special it is that we have recorded video of something historical like that.
Right.
Even if you're not a big Elvis fan, this guy put his mark on music for all time and inspire a lot of artists. And from 55 years ago, we have a clear enough video where it's right there, where it looks like a movie for crying out loud, of him performing and him backstage kind of being himself, driving himself off with a towel. I just think that's remarkable. We take that for granted so much that anyone can go back and say, I want to know who Elvis is. And if you say we're teachers at school teaching something about history real quick or about music, kids can go home and they can, oh yeah, I watched a billion videos about Elvis last night. That was cool. And it's like, what? Like, we are so lucky and so tapped in.
It's funny that you mention that because, I have at 8th grade, middle school, I have kids that are now like, and they call it retro, so it's really funny. So I'm like, but they're into like the old school 80s and 90s now or whatever. They consider early 2000s old school. And I guess if you think about it, 20 plus years later, it kind of is. And they're rediscovering it because it's like, oh, we just don't have enough good artists, right? And
no, you don't.
It is shocking. You see kids walking in with the different T-shirts. And I think Stranger Things had a big part to for the resurgence of Metallica, you know what I mean? Groups like that. But they're all walking in with the Metallica shirts and with the Slipknot now, and what else do I see? I see them obviously with the Nirvana shirts and Madonna. I didn't even know Madonna's a thing again. They're all wearing, not the girls usually, but they're wearing the Madonna shirts and stuff. And I was like, that's all stuff
she had her time too.
I grew up on, so that's pretty cool. Not too many kids, walking around with King stuff on, but just saying, it's cool, like you said, that they're able to go back, and that's the time and period that we are right now, that you can appreciate the past and
my favorite thing,
access to it.
My favorite thing to do, because I work with a lot of youth at church around that age, is to ask them, like, do you know that band that you're wearing? And most of the time they'll say no. It's just for fashion. They even like roll their eyes like, everyone always asks for that. Well, yeah, because if you're going to wear something, you should know what it's a reference to.
What are you referencing
But
to?
I get it. Like, you're not buying your clothes and you want to fit in. It's the style. But I love it when someone's like, absolutely, I know who the Red Hot Chili Peppers is. And I'm like, yes, you're 16 years old, but at least you have good taste. Excellent. Let us know what you think about our reaction to this. Let us know what you think about Elvis. What other songs should we react to in your opinion? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
We know all things.